Our next item of business is topical questions. We'll start with question number 1 from Christina McKelvie.
Thank you very much, Presiding Officer. To ask the Scottish Government whether it will provide an update on its discussions with the UK Government ahead of the triggering of Article 50.
Minister Michael Russell.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. Yesterday, the First Minister met with the Prime Minister and I met with the Secretary of State for exiting the European Union. I can report today, on the eve of the Article 50, on the eve of the day Article 50 will be triggered, that whilst we discussed a range of subjects, we still have no substantial information on the detail of the Article 50 letter. And moreover, the national press were informed of the date of triggering Article 50 without any attempt to inform the devolved administrations.
Christina McKelvie.
Can I thank the Minister for that very dreary answer? And does the Minister agree with me and think that the Prime Minister has any rational, sensible or logical reason to stand in the way of a decision of this Parliament to hold a referendum on independence if, as the UK Government admitted and confirmed yesterday, the terms of Brexit will be clear before the UK leaves the EU?
Minister.
No, the timescales are clear and as set by the Article 50 process itself. Therefore, there is no rational, sensible or logical reason to stand in the way of a legitimate decision of this Parliament.
Christina McKelvie.
Thank you again, Minister, for another despondent and absolutely terrible response, I think, to this government. Minister, Last night I received a copy of a report by the Human Rights Consortium Scotland. Mary Snowdon, the coordinator at the consortium, said, and I quote her, "This new report says that individuals' rights must be safeguarded in the wake of the vote to leave the European Union. Without the EU pushing forward those rights, these organisations are concerned that legal rights may be reduced and that progress on achieving greater rights for disadvantaged people will stall. They are calling for greater participation in the decision-making around Brexit. Greater participation would be very welcome indeed." So does the Minister agree with me that the intransigence of the UK Government in failing to reassure EU nationals resident in our nation should be a clarion call to us all that for hard-fought-for rights could be so easily pushed away?
Minister.
Yes, I do agree, because the issue of the nationals from other EU states is a crucial one. And it is absolutely astonishing that we stand today on the eve of the triggering of Article 50 with no reassurance given to those EU nationals, nor any reassurance given to the Scottish and British citizens who are resident in other countries in Europe. Those are two sides of the same coin, and it is ridiculous we are in this situation. And on the wider issue of human rights, it is important that members of this chamber realise that Brexit and the threat of Brexit has consequences. Yesterday I attended a round-table meeting chaired by two standing council members, Alan Miller and Graham Smith, on the issue of human rights and social inclusion. And through such engagements, the Scottish Government is very aware of vast, well-versed concerns across academic and third sector bodies of the possible erosion to human rights and social protections that is presented by Brexit. Now, we will continue to work with these bodies and with Civic Scotland to ensure that the key principles set out by Alan Miller in particular are observed. First of all, there should be no regression. Secondly, there should be continued progress. And thirdly, there should be freedom to lead best practice. But what a vast amount of anguish and difficulty is being caused by this process, which is utterly unnecessary because the people of Scotland did not vote for it.
Adam Tompkins.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. The United Kingdom Supreme Court in the Miller